reacting to season 5 episode 10 of Charmed. We're one episode from hitting the midpoint of the season, and we're finally getting an insight of the potential new villains for the second half of the season, which will be the Avatars. Like, it's gonna be funny because how many times could I not talk about one of my at least top 3 favorite animated series of all time, which is Avatar, The Last Airbender, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Teen Titans. The OG form, probably the 3 top elite ones that I can watch random episodes, random times. And I have both Avatar and Teen Titans, all their DVDs and counterparts. But yes, so every time Avatar is mentioned, I'm probably gonna throw in an Avatar stick yip yip joke. Y'all lucky I didn't even put on my Avatar shirt for this episode if I was that unserious. But we're getting an insight on these indestructible creatures or entities at this point, or human entities, supernatural creature hybrids, which is very convenient because obviously they parallel Piper right now, which is she's clearly indestructible for a child, and so basically she's the only one that can kind of not take harm from them compared to the other 2 sisters. We have Cole, who is now indestructible as well, meaning that he's 5 seconds from walling over to that side. As much as he's holding on the temptation, I feel like after this last episode of him pushing the button to the Hollywood sisters and trying to provoke them into killing him because he would rather die than be without Phoebe, and also just work with the bad side again. He's not wanting to touch that side after having people repeatedly tell him that he's going to basically fall onto that side regardless. Let's see what happens. So anyways, let's dive in, and happy Monday.
Isis, don't die on me, not yet. Not until we can find you another body.
No, now we're about to be another victim. The Hollywood Manor at this point, isn't it?
Found one. Good. Can you tell? Is she powerful enough to hold your spirit?
Yeah, it was when Phoebe and Cole got like taken over by those spirits. He made her a mummy. Oh, to take. Okay. Right.
How to get out of here?
You know.
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know. Because Daryl about to find out.
Getting ruffly.
Right,
this
that
thing
one
makes me look like adorable, absolutely adorable.
She don't want to hear that.
It's you. No, I'm not. What's the matter with you? This is cramp. I've had it for a couple days now. But why don't you get a massage? Oh yeah, I'll pencil that in right between vanquishing demons. No, she leaves the house to go to work. I can understand wanting to take a break from guys, but come on already. She's gonna wear out the batteries. Oh,
damn.
Well, fine. I look ridiculous.
It looks definitely
Phoebe,
not like
will
her.
you tell her that she looks fine? You look so cute.
She don't hear that.
There's nothing more beautiful than a friend. Which, so if she was, maybe they all were.
Now Phoebe, them told things to dry.
Sand, don't forget the sand.
Right. In each case, there's been a pile of sand found by the mummy.
Why can't you
Witchery.
just tell them that we're psychics like you usually do?
I can't risk it. I'm up for promotion, and if I get passed over this time, there's not going to be a next time.
Like, do doctors and stuff actually do this? Just yep. Well, actually, whatever he is. Wow, they.
Phoebe Hallowell. Paige Matthews.
Field of expertise?
We're psychics.
Didn't she not say
No
that?
problem.
God, you've been out of commission for longer than I thought. Yeah, she was definitely a witch. Look at all this stuff. Of course, I guess I can understand. You know, all the stuff you've been through is cold. Look, I'm out.
Really, Paige? You want her to be busting down? Like, what's up with you? Want her to bust down? Bussiana.
How long have you been standing there?
He just got there.
A minute or 2.
Look at my couple.
Well, that's just not fair. You're not allowed to orb in unless I'm completely aware of it. Suddenly, I'm wearing this big fat neon sign that says, "Look out, everybody! She's pregnant. Careful!" And everybody's treating me so differently. I'm still me. An orb away. So did you find anything?
Who was the potential target?
the
Phoebe,
demon,
you said?
Maybe. His name is Jarek, and apparently he's been at this for quite some time.
What happened?
ISIS.
Like,
I think
why?
he's trying to find a body to host her spirit, but the bodies keep dying.
Oh, just like
You mean
that eye guy.
Right, well, 2 spirits can't occupy the same body.
Okay, so what do mummies have to do with any of this?
Well, he mummifies a corpse to trap ISIS' spirit to keep her from moving on until he can find a new body.
That's crazy work. No.
Great body.
What?
Fun for for a while.
Is he fucking serious? Wow, that's all it took? Hell no.
No.
Lord
about
have
you?
mercy.
Nothing. Well, this This is just unacceptable, people. We've got all the magic in the world here. But you said even if Phoebe was possessed, she would be aware of what's going on.
Right, but there's nothing that she can do about
Right,
it.
she can't, like,
the
send
invading
out.
spirit is suppressed.
How are you screwed?
Because they're blaming me for losing him in the first place, which means if I don't find him,
Bye-bye promotion.
it pales in
Lace each other.
Break some rules.
So I think you should break a few rules then.
Yeah, we already
know
did.
what? You're right. You go do what you gotta do, and we're gonna do what we have to do.
I have a fucking chia seed. I had some chia pudding. That shit was a piece of it was in my teeth. I gotta floss after this. Brother, are you fucking serious? Damn! What? Go to the house? He trying to kill himself. Wait.
Okay then. Good luck with all that, and we're just gonna go. Nope. We gotta find Phoebe.
He said,
Did you guys actually want something, or did you just come to...
not you know this man. Y'all besties?
Do you know him?
Nah.
Are you kidding? He's legendary in demonic
Not he legendary.
Of course he is.
Like you.
He goes all the way.
This dude.
Cole.
Not y'all brought Cole to this man.
Looks like we
They're about to fight for that body?
Maybe I should leave you two alone.
No.
Is he serious?
Which
Not fake.
doesn't mean there's not still room for you too.
Tambie,
Again.
again.
Cole he just messed up the whole established business.
Sorry, but
That's what it's mine.
We're both trying to get our love back. Unfortunately, your love is currently in my love, and that's where we have our little... Yeah. The more powerful the witch, the quicker the burnout. It's
You knew...
really not very good.
Oh, really?
But I bet the power of 3 could fix that permanently.
He said, huh, take Paige.
How do you feel about redhead?
He giving up Paige. Him and the short don't like Paige. Let's be honest here. Leo.
What are you doing? You can't.
Go on, arrest me.
Oh, okay, so he can blame, so they can be blamed.
We are not going to do this.
Come on, before the other cops get here. Good job.
They said, oh shit, G Jolly.
Thanks.
Thank you, my brother.
You tried it. The baby and I haven't. If Cole can find her, then so can we. You can't just tap into the baby's powers whenever you want.
The
No?
baby might-
Watch me.
Oh wow.
See the pyramids? Quips later.
Oh, yeah,
over
oh,
here.
yeah, true
You know,
orb.
This happened a little too easily. What if it's a trap? So what
could
if it is?
be.
I'm unbreakable, dude.
He turned her. Are you? So now Cole just more powerful than my good sisters. Okay, so because you know damn well Paige is going to if he switch over to Paige, that's going to flop regardless. Lord have mercy. Cole said, "All right, so you gonna let my sister out or no?" He said, "Oh,
Sorry, I forgot.
You forgot?
unserious."
What are you doing? And what are you
Well, I'm
wearing?
in jail. Go ahead and get you a new shirt, Queen, because I don't know how you had it on for too long, to be
What are
honest.
you gonna do?
What does it look like I'm gonna do?
I meant about Paige and Phoebe. Exactly what he wants you to do.
Unless he needs you to
Okay, but I'm
do
not
like
gonna
have
put
some
my
time to do
sisters
some
in
research.
Two demonic perverts. I'm the reason they're in this
Two
mess, and
demonic
also Paige
perverts.
can-
You can't put it off any longer.
She's purposely trying to do that. If you think about it, she don't want to stay with your ass.
Just a minute more.
Now he weirded out.
How's the spell going?
See, even I'm
Just
weirded
about to
out.
finish it.
If her spirit is trapped inside, all her sisters have to do is touch her to tap into the power.
And what about the third witch? I doubt she'll read the spell willingly.
You keep making up these spells, but they're kind of ass.
All we need now is...
Now she redacted him.
The witch must have taken him.
Well, yes.
He'll be back. Wait.
You know that baby not playing like. You know that baby hate to see it. Godly, do you want to live, Spirit? Isis, do you want to live?
Should we be doing this?
Look at her. She don't want to live. The premise, Jarek, whatever the fuck your name is. Let her go. Well, one of them wouldn't have been here.
I mean that you're gonna have to choose between them. And if you don't, they'll both die.
Co-users.
She's the only one who knows how to revive Phoebe, and she's not gonna do that unless you cast a spell to eject Paige's spirit from her body. Well, that is why...
But if she agrees to his plans, she's basically falling into what he wants. Like, is he serious?
It's gift.
Yeah.
Get out.
So go before we give you an ass with them.
Okay. When you've made a decision, it's within you.
Go ahead and give it that.
And believe it or not, you are strong enough to do this.
To do what?
Is it though? Is that even allowed?
You were gonna have to call Cole back soon.
No, we're not gonna keep calling Cole and letting him
Cole
fuck up our
say one of your
plans.
sisters.
Be spiteful. Be spiteful. Okay, I figured, but like, if she was gonna gag
You
him,
realize once this is over.
no, where Paige's body go? Yep, Isis, bye. Bye, sweetie. Oh yeah, get him out. Is he stupid?
You really can't mess with sisters.
Is he stupid? Isis, is he stupid? Oh wow, yeah. Oh, Phoebe, go ahead and clock it.
What happened to you, Cole?
Go ahead and clock it.
Gone mad.
Right. Yeah, because she was gonna eat your ass
No
up,
offense,
and so would I.
But we really need to.
Oh, they bonded now, huh?
Oh my God! You two could scare the hair off a cat. No demon.
Where is our cat?
Here.
Speaking of cat.
Lieutenant Morris called to say thank you. Oh, he got his promotion. That's so great.
Wait, well, how can we explain
Yeah,
that?
apparently he got credit for the arrest, and my niece too. Hi, niece. It's your favorite Aunt Phoebe.
Oh, the pause. But yeah, so my season 5 episode 10 reaction to Charmed, and let me tell you something right now. We're gonna talk about, honestly, we can just, I feel like we can just go through it because, in a sense, okay, let's actually talk about the two sisters besides Piper right now. Let's talk about Phoebe and the Paige of it all and why they're kind of like bonded by the end of this episode. And the premise is that like both of these sisters are essentially going through the same thing, but not in a sense, because once again, Phoebe has a job, she's overworking, but she's not dating. And with Paige, she's dating, she's seeing the scenery, but she's not working. And so for Paige, she's like, well, you're free to date, you know, you got a job, like everything's perfect, so why are you not dating the dating pool? And in theory, like, yes, I would assume that she'd probably be like, listen, I understand between Cole and also Miles dying like maybe a couple weeks ago, or I'm assuming it's been a couple weeks because Piper is now showing. So it's been maybe, you know, a couple weeks to maybe a month or two since the death of Miles. And even though it wasn't fully in a deep relationship, that probably would have put an emotional stunt on her moving on. It can be a lot into like for Paige to be like, well, you should start dating before your battery runs out. It's like, well, not everything's about dating, not everything is about rushing into a romantic relationship. And this episode of like this guy rushing to find a body to replace for his love, which is a perfect fucking cherry on top of this whole premise. And by the end of the episode, you have them both bonding because like, oh yeah, you know, I'm sorry for telling you should date out because look what the weirdo we got here. Two people trying to get their girls and their ex back in one episode, which is unserious work. So we have Piper, who once again is dealing with the struggle between having a pregnant life and a witch life, which was actually mentioned a couple episodes ago, beginning of the season, where she was like kind of showing, not really showing, but this time she's actually showing, but before she was actually showing and she was just pregnant, both sisters was out partying at clubs, dating, while she was like, why are you not inviting me out? And they're like, well, you're, you know, pregnant, you're about to be a mom or whatever, so maybe it's not your fashion. And she didn't like being excluded, and she thought that the thought at least still counted. With this, it still applies because she is pregnant and she's fully showing, and not everybody out there is gonna be like, oh look, there's a pregnant person out here, she's a witch, you know, she can fight. They like, listen, you're pregnant. Basically, they're treating her like how, you know, people would normally treat a pregnant person, like, oh my god, you're so adorable, oh, let me touch the tummy, let me touch the belly, even though that is literally not in Piper's nature at all. Piper does not even want you touching her, breathing her same air, or anything. She's always been stubborn, very blunt, and doesn't care about anybody's opinion on anything. So it's very obvious that she would not like want maternity clothes, which I'm happy they touched, because I was like, when her belly going to show? And they actually showed last episode or 2 episodes ago. And then we have a pregnant belly, which I'm trying to figure out if it's actually real though, because wow, like I need to know if that's like, if that's actually like makeup, it looked real to me. Like maybe there's like a little weirdness if anything, if that's the case, because it was like a fast show. But if it is real, we'd love to see it. And I wonder if like the baby clips that we will see is actually her child or whatever. We'll see, depending on how fast she actually gives birth to the baby. But it is real for Piper to once again have her own fashion, her own style, and then within a few weeks to months, she's now thrown into maternity clothes, which once again, that pink shirt, was not eaten. Let me show you right now. The little fleur and stuff like that, it may look cute in some degree, but sometimes maternity clothes are sometimes not eaten. Like, trust me, like Sims 3, once them Sims get to maternity leave, they be throwing on anything, and that's exactly the premise. But I think by the end of the episode, she does end up getting some type of outfits for her that she actually appreciates, because this was a big journey for her. So I actually like that. And continuing with Piper, I love that by the end of the episode, she's like, I accept the maternity clothes, and look at y'all bonding after not really understanding, like Paige not understanding why Phoebe wasn't looking into the dating pool, even though Phoebe just witnessed her boyfriend of like 3 weeks die, like maybe a couple weeks to months ago. It makes sense. That's why, Paige was like, listen, you're working, I'm not working, and I can date around and you can date around, like why don't you, like, go ahead and buzz around and sniff around, what's up before your battery runs out. And I understand her being she doesn't want her sister to act a certain way that she's not used to. So she's like, Phoebe, you should go ahead and date. You should go ahead and do this. And why are you just staying in the house, wasting your days away? But for Phoebe, she went through a lot. She's going through a divorce and has, got a call around that she's very paranoid about. And plus she has the work that was consuming her literally like a couple episodes ago. It was completely draining to her. She couldn't even take a break. And then witnessing Miles die and realizing that she was going to lose him regardless, her dating pool back to back has been very much trash. It would make sense for Phoebe to be like, listen, I'm not going to date. I'm not messing anything. I'm not even dabbling with it. I'm not going to even touch the dating pool. And by the end of the episode, they both bonded a little bit more, because both of them were about to die. And you know what else? Let's bring it into the weirdness of it all, the whole mummy shenanigans. I'm gonna tell you right now, the push and pull that the writers had between Cole and Phoebe is one of the most unserious dynamics I've ever seen in my life, because they will have, Phoebe be paranoid about Cole because of the sort of stuff what happened, but then they'll have her and the family and the whole sisters needing Cole in the same breath, and it becomes a whole nonsense of patterns every fucking time. Last episode we had Cole do the fake-a-roo where he was actually helping us and wanting, he was helping us, but then he also was provoking us so we can kill him because he wants to kill himself. And due to him now being reckless for taking all those powers to leave the dimension that he was in to get Phoebe back, now he's essentially blaming all the reasons why he feels this way onto Phoebe. And once again, Phoebe is like, what's making you evil? And they're basically trying to say that, the reason why he's this way is because of her, and the reason why she is the type of way is because of him, and vice versa, proving that both of them were not good for each other, if that's what they're hinting at, because both of them are going through a phase that's not them. And so you're watching them one episode say Cole needs to be away from her, he's not healthy, she doesn't want to be around him, and then they're like, move away, Cole, before we vanquish you. Like last episode, they were like, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to have us vanquish you. You're trying to provoke us into killing you so you can get the easy way out. And sadly, they couldn't even destroy him even if they tried. And, she's been trying to get rid of him. He can't. He's indestructible now. And then when you think they're trying to push him away and cut ties with Cole completely, we have to then rely on Cole to help Phoebe. And then we'll have the instance where he'll do something and we're like, yo, Cole, what the fuck? And then it's like, oh, well, we might need him again, so we're gonna have to let it slide. And it's like, why are we having Cole and the Charmed Ones go back and forth with like, we need him, we don't, we need him, we don't, we gotta kill him, but we may need him. Like even earlier in the season where he was trying to leave and they had Daryl say, well, you should let her go, whatever. And then to have Paige be like, come to him and be like, hey, we need you to save Phoebe. We need you to actually, your love for her is real. She loves you. And he's like, what? And she's like, the reason why she's staying a mermaid, which yes, is true. Like, listen, I'm not going to say that due to Cole, like, and her not being together, he can't be a reasonable person and help Phoebe and the Charmed Ones. But in his mind, he thinks that that's a way to win her over, and it's not. So when Paige was like, hey, looking for the love that, y'all have between each other, and he continued that spark, even with the siren, that's the main spark. And then, like, it just continues to where he thinks he can win her back, to where he thinks it's okay for him to say to that dude, Jarek, I will give her sister up so you can freeze Phoebe so I can find a way to fall in love with her. I mean, make her fall in love with me. That is not okay. And it's not reasonable at all. Because at this point, he's watched her date other people. He literally was going, like, in this last episode, 2 episodes ago, he was saying to the guy in the future that he's not evil, and that, you know, he's not going to be evil. He's never going to be the way. And, you know, basically he was tired of people telling him he was going to be evil. Like, even last episode with the avatars, they were like, oh, you're going to join us, you're going to join our side, like, you're going to be like with us, we're in the gray area. And I guess they're saying that due to Cole being in the gray area now, he doesn't always have to be good and he doesn't always have to be bad. But then when you have Piper say, what made you so evil? And he's like, evil, evil is a gift. And it's just like, writers, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing here? It's like Cole's in a full gray area now, where I'm like, okay, well, cool. Then he's giving 3A, so I can be like, ha ha ha. But that is still weird. It's even more weird because I like, you're trying to free Phoebe so she can fall in love with you. That's crazy. But then it's crazier because Cole has watched how Phoebe reacted when Prue died, literally last year. Because then we got an updated timeline of how long it's been. So for him to see Paige as not a full sister, or even a real sister of Phoebe and Piper, and that she's so disposable, is crazy, because you watched how vulnerable and emotional Phoebe was. You was comforting her at Prue's funeral. You knew how hard it was. You knew how hard it was for them to find a new sister and to bond with her. And the fact that you gave her up to Jarek as a replacement for Phoebe. Now, yes, I know he loves Phoebe so much that he'll do anything, even if it means sabotaging her own sisters. But it does not make it okay for him to give up Paige immediately, because I thought that I even tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. It was like, maybe he'll like give up Paige. So then I don't even know. Like, I don't even know why he did it. Like, I don't know. I thought he was gonna try be smart Jarek, but he was dead ass serious. And then you have him basically trying to say, well, go ahead and choose between which one, as if you want the one that caused this issue to get bigger. They would have to only worry about Phoebe. You made it to where she has to worry about Phoebe and Paige, and then pick it up and decide what sister to choose. You don't think if she did choose Phoebe, which, would have been the case, that Phoebe wasn't going to wake up, look you in the eye, and curse you out, or basically tell you completely even more that she would never choose you or never be with you? You don't think she would have not hated you even more? Like, you're having Isis, who possessed Phoebe, feeling that emotion. You're having other people say, yeah, she's totally over you. And then you thought the best way to even get the best outcome was to then tell her sister to kill her other sister that you brought to the dinner table like it was a Thanksgiving feast? And then basically say, well, you knew Phoebe longer, duh. You grew up with Phoebe. Paige ain't nothing. She's your half sister. You can be family with people that are not even related to you. You don't have to be full blood with people to fucking care about to care about these people, Cole. Like, the fact that you don't even care about that is crazy. Like, you know what love is. And you don't think that Phoebe would wake up and not be sad or depressed or more hurt that you gave up her sister to save her? And it's just crazier because you just have, like, these writers have this up and down dynamic. Cole was so helpful. He helped us. He helped low-key have a plan. Cole was he needs to be destroyed. Cole was this. He needs to be destroyed. Cole was helping. He needs to be destroyed. Pick a point and stick there. Pick a point and stick there, y'all. Pick a point and stick there right now. Thank you. But low-key, though, this was a testament of, like, for Piper, because once again, she was like, listen, I'm strong, I'm indestructible, but why do I feel so weak? Because she's having everybody in her ear basically say, sacrifice Paige. Like, I knew, like, listen, it is sad. But obviously, if you're really going to think logically, you're like, she wouldn't choose between both sisters. But if we're going to actually give a real as, like let's keep it a buck, it was going to be Phoebe. And so, for everybody in her ear, Cole, Leo, you got to choose Jarek and Isis. You got to choose. Time is running out. And she thought, she locked in like an older sister would. And she knew that obviously Paige and Isis have the same mindset, clearly. And she was able to just expel Isis out and do the spell and get rid of Jarek. Just like that. Jarek is so ancient and known, yet he got ate up like that. Cole would have probably got ate up right there too, because Cole is testing them so bad. It's actually insane. Like, Phoebe got up and she was about to clock him so bad. She's like, and I just knew something was going to come out. And he was like, oh, TTYL. Like, no way. So is Cole going to be this, like, persistent nag that's going to be in the back that we got to watch out for as the avatars prepare to grind us up? And then he's going to appear with the avatars and we're going to be like, are we shocked? No, because he's out here trying to kill himself so bad. I feel like at this point, he is provokingly doing things hoping that they'll help kill him. That's what I'm thinking he's doing at this point. He's trying to provoke them so bad. Either he's trying to get the love of Phoebe, because he still probably thinks he has a chance, or he just trying to provoke them to where they're like, let me blow this motherfucker up. I think he was even trying to fire Piper so much just so he can hopefully see if she can kill him. Nonsense. Like now he's doing things to purposely get killed. That's the only thing I could think of. So everything he's going to do now is going to be the most 100% reckless thing I've ever seen. That's the only thing I could think of. He's purposely trying to get anybody to kill him. This man had a whole guillotine ready to get his head cut. He don't care. He wants to go in any fashion as possible. But when he was trying all the methods, once again, we had to ask him for help. So it's like every time he's like fully leaving us, we bring him back into the fold. Like both like the dynamic between Phoebe and Coolidge is not good right now. It's not healthy for any of them, and they just keep like lingering it. Cole's the only one that can find her. Phoebe's the only one that can get to Cole. Like y'all, let's rest and let's think. Free us or relieve us. Let's figure that out. Lastly, also Daryl deserves a promotion. Daryl has been lying and saving our asses for the last 5 seasons. I was about to say 6. 5 seasons. Lost his bestie due to this nonsense. And Leo did a good job at us actually doing some illegalness to help. Because now they can't blame him for losing Derek. He had him. He delivered y'all the man. Y'all lost him. It's y'all fault. That's what we should start doing. You know, all the times we had them cases in season 1 and 2 that was unanswered. Have Leo act like them, get arrested, and blame it on the cops. Overexert. And you would think with the elders, they'll probably side eye and be like, Leo, you shouldn't do that. Yet they were quiet for that. So they just don't seem to care now since the baby is cooking. I see y'all, T. So, But anyway, though, my season 5 episode reaction to Charmed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Charmed reactions. Page on Blink Blood for Charmed, Teen Wolf, and Revenge reactions. True Blinks, see you on the upload. Till next time, Paige be safe. Peace.